5 common consumption habits of the rich that luxury salesmen have seen. The woman who enters the luxury store in shabby clothes is advised not to invest time, saying that the employee's eyes are cold and that they are not buying at first sight, but the best performing employee approaches the woman and show it here and there and continue to explain it kindly. The woman asks for jewelry because she wants to buy something expensive, and the staff takes her to the VIP room to show her expensive items. And this woman says she's going to buy it. $13,000 lump sum payment. Have you ever heard of a story like this somewhere? It is a famous example because the employee of a luxury store should not judge only by the customer's clothes. So how did the luxury store employee find out she was rich? Here are 5 characteristics of the rich that luxury salesmen have seen. 1. It does not boast of consumption. The rich spend unnoticed. They don't brag about buying expensive cars or watches or post them on social media. At that moment, someone knows the side effects of people who are jealous and trying to undermine. So they consume quietly. They pursue natural consumption as if they are eating when the time comes. They don't care about trends and other people's eyes at all, they spend only on needs and purposes. 2. Consume value-oriented consumption. The rich also value when it comes to spending. They don't think about random consumption, they think about how to make value more prominent when they buy things. And they think that they can develop themselves further if they are objects that increase their confidence or self-esteem according to these values. So they don't focus too much on the usual cheap stuff. And they often think about whether what they buy can lead to investment in the future. The rich are thinking about saving money while spending. 3. The basic consumption habit of the rich is thrift. Warren Buffett is famous for ordering a morning set from McDonald's and using Samsung Electronics folder phone, but recently changed it to an iPhone. The rich, who don't spend more than they need, sometimes save like hell. A chairman who earns $100 billion a year in sales says he spends about a quarter of those who have the same economic power or income. For example, if you have $1 million in income, you spend it like a person who earns $250,000. Rich owners in very cheap cars, owners who tape their winter jumpers with holes, rich people don't feel ashamed of these things. 4. The rich's spending methods include investment and cash generation. The rich spend money and the poor spend money. But consumption is completely different. The rich create continuous cash generation like a spring that never dries up through investment, and they also save money from investment and reinvest it to increase their investment assets. However, even if the poor happen to get a lot of money, they consume it and the spring that overflowed in a moment dries up and disappears. It's the cash generation that makes money from labor, and the way the poor spend it is the consumption of labor revenue. The rich invest 50% to 70% of their labor income in assets. The rich spend money on investment if they want to spend. They want to be able to reinvest the money that's generated by the investment. 5. Clean up. It may seem to have no connection to rich spending habits. But there is a clear relationship. It's a good example of buying similar clothes or products. In the case of poor people, if they repurchase without knowing that they already have it, all of these cases are not properly organized, so they consume it. If it's organized properly, it prevents unnecessary consumption and makes me spend wisely so that I can buy only what I need. Please tidy up your closet. Please organize it by color rectification. Please tidy up the refrigerator. You can take notes by expiration date. The consumption of people who don't get rich is to pursue luxury cars, jewelry, furniture, luxury bags, convenience, and most of them are not rich, but to look rich. This consumption is putting valuable money in the trash and making us poor. If you want to spend it on something worthwhile. And invest. Until we become rich, we have no choice but to be frugal. Watch the habits of the rich for 10 to 20 years. Even if you become rich, you will become accustomed to a frugal life and increase your assets. Rich people can only become rich even before they become rich. Rich people do not become rich in a moment, but they should be made rich from now on. If today is richer than yesterday, I am rich. Thank you for watching until the end of the video. Today, we talked about the 5 spending habits of the rich. What do you think?